Welcome back to the Rudder. We are here at Northside Marine and we're about to give you a tour of the 795 Sport. I'm Brooke and this is Damien. Welcome to Northside Marine. We are here today and we are fortunate enough as Jeanneau ambassadors to be able to bring to you a walkthrough of the brand new Merry Fisher 795 Sport.
She's on a trailer, she's out of the weather in the stock room here. So we're going to do a tour around the outside, show you what the boat's like so we can, while it's on the trailer, we can get underneath and have a look at the hull. We'll go on board, we'll check everything out, let's go have a look. So a really good look while it's on the trailer, and you can just see those steep climbs. So this boat is designed to get you out and fishing, so it does keep the spray away by pushing the water out through there, and while it's on the trailer it doesn't have anti-foul, so you're going to be going fast. Also, while we're at the bow here, you've got a bow thruster which is pretty much standard gear on all the Merry Fishers now, so even the 795 Sport, you get a bow thruster to help you out in docking and anchoring positions. We'll go up and check the anchor out later. Let's go down the hull. This is of course the customer demo model from Yamaha, and really nice decals and stickerage. It's an impressive looking boat. This one has a very good looking white cowled Yamaha 250. So just from the stern here, got a few puppies over there. So it's got the transducers. This one's all ready to go, so you can take this out for a test drive if you're interested. So you've got your trim tabs, your transducer. Also you've got your step ladder into the water and your step up here and into the hull.
I'm on board the 795 Sport now, and as you can see it's set up currently as a lounging area. You can see probably 6 adults can sit here nicely, and we've got a table set up. You've also got a galley set up with a sink and a stove and also some storage here. But watch this, this all pushes away and this is a great big fishing spot. So let's have a look at this now. And then obviously this table comes out and you've got a beautiful big back deck area for fishing.
Let's have a look at the 795 Sport. You know, if you're going for fishing, and a little bit more about how you'd use this boat. You can get this version with a sliding door, a third door here. This has a galley which gives you some different seating options inside. But let's have a look outside. We've got some big lights here. So if you're fishing at night, you've got plenty of light to see where you're going. You've got your rocket launchers for all your rods and some good holding on in any rough seas. Over towards the stern here, we've got a live bait tank to either keep your catch or your bait fish, and a big deep live bait tank, live bait well. And Merry Fishers are known for having neat little tricks with the outboards to give you extra space in your cockpit. So when you trim your engine up, this rolls out of the way. You can see this roller here, so as the engine trims up you don't have to lose all this space here. That kicks up and your engine can be out of the water. Nice little trick, that one. And you've noticed there's just places to hold on to everywhere. If you're fighting a big fish, you've got this cushion to brace yourself against, more places to hold on. You've got gates on either side to keep any furry animals or children, you know, they'd be filled in. So having a closer look into the cockpit, you've got a nice wash down shower, that's fresh water. We've got some storage under here, and obviously depending on how you want to set up this boat, you could have sea deck, you could have teak, that's a dry storage well, and on the other side you've got a similar storage well. You've got your batteries, a through hull for your salt water, and it goes through to your storage bay over there. Another trick that is pretty much the same with all Merry Fishers, because you've got outboard engines, you've got a lazarette. great space for storage of all your other gear. You can step down in here. You've got your fuel tank under there so you can get to your fuel filter. Check out what's happening there. And down into your bilge pumps right at the bottom. So good extra storage space. A feature throughout the Merry Fisher range is side entry onto the boat. So if you pulled up in a marina or a higher jetty, you can walk in through the side. You can also, of course, come in through the stern, but really makes it look like a, you get this kind of options in much larger boats. And the big difference, if you've had a look at our other videos, and our 895 and the Merry Fisher, is the sport range doesn't have the step up, so you're staying at the same level as you walk around. Of course, if you're fighting a fish, this is exactly what you want to do. You don't want to have to step up and trip over steps and things. Also, if you've got family or pets, there's no way they're falling overboard. Look how high that is. So you can come all the way forward with very deep gunnels. As you come through, if the seas are a bit rough, you've got heaps of places to brace yourself against as you walk around. Another feature that we see across the Merry Fisher range is the cabin is offset. So on the starboard side, the gunnel is a lot wider. I can fit straight on. I can walk up here easily. I can hold on, plenty of depth, so there's no hope of anyone going overboard, or if you're fishing, you can really brace yourself against it. Let's go forward up into the bow. While we're up on the bow, we're going to have easy access to the roof, and this Merry Fisher Sport has, they've got in roof racks, so you can carry all your toys up here. You can see the rocket launchers down the back there, but you've got factory roof racks here. I've seen bicycles up here, you can put your tender up here, canoe, sup, surfboards, whatever you need, you've got them out of the way. So another great capability of these boats, and just so you can see the maneuverability of everything on board. You can move around, you can bring all your toys for all the family, even on a dedicated fishing boat like this.
We're up on the bow section now, and for this size boat, this layout is quite amazing. So you've got the lounging capabilities here. All right, so you can seat a number of people, but this also has the capability to turn into a day bed here with this extra infill here. So really great lounging. You can also see they've got the soft cushioning across the front here, so you can sit back here. So quite a few people can sit here and lounge in this size boat. That's incredible. Let's have a look at the storage now. We've got obviously the anchor well in here. This model has the option to have the drop down ladder on the bow, so when you do pull up to a shore you can use the drop down ladder. The anchor is slightly offset, so that's a capability. One thing that's really great here is there's a couple of cup holder spaces. Very cool. We'll see this when we go underneath, but this actually lifts up here, so you can have air underneath in the cabin, and then you've got a light well here as well, so that's fantastic when you're staying overnight and just to get some airflow through the cabin. You've got your front cleats here, you've got one on the port side and one on the starboard side, and this particular model you also have the capability to put a shade structure across here so that you are in underneath out of the elements. Obviously, given it's a fishing boat, you can also walk around, so let's head back around the port side here and then we'll go inside the cabin and have a look. You can see here this side's a little bit narrower, so the port side's a little bit narrower, as Damien was talking about there with the functionality of the walk around, but you do have the dual entrances into the cabin area here. So let's come inside and look at what the setup is like in here. So we're inside the cabin of the 795 Sport, and as Damien talked to you about before, there's two different options. With this particular option, the door isn't at the back, so I'm going to look at the functionality of the inside of the cabin, and Damien's going to look at the technical side of things. The great part about this is when you're underway, comfortably seats probably 5 adults across here, so you've got this back bench across here. This seat here, it's typical in the Merry Fisher range, obviously flicks back, and then when you're underway you can face forward. The great thing about this is the captain seat swivels around. And so when you're actually at anchor, check this out. You've got this little table here. That comes down slowly. Obviously, you don't want it to drop down on your head, but it does. There we go. Here we go. Comes down here and locks into place, so you can have this as a bit of a dining area here. Great functionality. Jeanneau always thinks of those finer points. Now, moving the table out of the way, you can see we've got some storage in underneath the seating area here. The insert is for when you're underway sitting there, but under here you've got your fridge. So again, very thoughtfully designed. And then you've got more storage under this seat, and then of course more storage. So storage everywhere in the main cabin area here. Let's just pop this down here. Now let's look at the technical aspects of it.
So Brooke's just gone through all the creature comforts. Let's see how you'd use this boat. And I guess the first thing to say is we're inside a cabin. This is if the weather turns foul or you've got some heavy seas to get through, you can close all these doors. Heavily soundproof. You can't even hear me. Well, you can because I've got a microphone. But anyway, you can close all the doors, and when that rain comes in or you're going through heavy seas, you are fully protected and out of the elements, which really is nice. As with all Merry Fishers, there's just so much light and bright inside the cabin. One of the major things with the Sport is the trawler style, or almost the commercial style windscreen. It's not got the Merry Fisher big sloping windscreen going forward. It's got that reversed windscreen, so if you do hit some heavy weather, as that spray comes up, it falls off the windscreen. Got windscreen wipers, twin windscreen wipers, to get rid of any residue. So it really is made for some heavy seas. These boats get sold around the world, and they are very popular in Northern European countries, so they hit much worse weather than we get. Okay, so opening the door again, because down in Australia, our summers can be a bit brutal, and look at all the air you get. You've got air coming in through the sunroof, twin doors, and a window at the back, so all the air can flow straight through. So you're not going to get stuffy and really sweaty in here. You're going to have heaps of airflow when you're underway. So let's have a bit of a closer look at what you've got for the captain. You've got the new Yamaha controls, electronic Yamaha controls, which are really, they're just stepping up what Yamaha's doing with their engines. So you've got your Yamaha controls with a Yamaha readout, Fusion stereo, and a nice big Garmin multifunction display where we saw the transducer out the back, but you can also have your chart plotter. We also, when we're walking around the boat, your bow thruster. So there's your bow thruster, your trim tab controls, and all your rocker switches. So, and one thing I do like is your rocker switches are out of the way. So if you're underway, you've got a fantastic driving position. Also down here, we have Helm Master controls. So you've got hold heading, hold course, point track, steering pattern. So this is fitted out with all the best gear. Quite a nice addition, that one. So really good. You can stand up, you've got a footrest here. If you've got a long transit, you've got a nice sitting down position. And as we said, this is a swivel chair, which is fantastic. You'll notice I've just added one of these to our 895. So just under the captain's seat, you've got all your battery switches. Very handy place to have those. And under the co-pilot seat, it's almost a theme of everything, more storage.
Let's come underneath to the cabin and have a look at the setup under here. This is actually an insert here, an infill, that makes it into quite a large bedding area. So lying down here, you can probably fit another adult quite comfortably here. All right. This has got a little block out, let some air and some light in here. And also when we were on the bow, I showed you this lift up section here, which is quite fantastic for even more airflow. So as I said, this infill comes out. You've got actually more storage space underneath this little footwell here. If I take this little infill out of the way, then you've got your head. So yes, it definitely has overnight capability. Heading into the head now, you've got everything you need for a simple overnight stay. You've got a manual toilet, sink, wash area, and a little storage cabinet, and then you've got the cupboard where you access all the fuses in behind the captain's helm, and a little porthole for some airflow with a light. So everything you need, nice and simple. I'm not that tall, so it's probably just a little bit of a crouch down little space for you to go to the bathroom. That concludes our walkthrough of this amazing 795 Sport.
A big thank you to Northside Marine for giving us access to this, and to Jeanneau for letting us aboard and do this video. If you like that video, please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments, chuck them in the comments down below and we'll try and answer all of your questions.
And Northside Marine is the place to come in Southeast Queensland for your Jeanneau range.
Okay, we'll see you next time on the Rudder.